ours.
No.
Hold on. Fun. Because I messed with all those settings, now my Audacity is not recording my voice. That's freaking cool.
Oh, I'll stop.
No, you're fine.
When you're ready. Oh, okay. Oh, no, I have to stop mine anyway. I didn't switch my input. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. It's not like we haven't done this for a few weeks.
Right? That's what we'll claim, is the fact that it has been a little while since we have... Nope, that didn't work. But right now, we are live up on Twitch and we are live up on YouTube. They don't see our faces yet, but they see our new amazing artwork from Let's Not, showing the stream is starting soon screen with our controller on it. How freaking awesome is that? Is this the one that I want? That's not what I want. All right, we're just gonna go old school. Go back to my main. All right, Audacity. Record me the way that I want you to. Not that high. There we go. All right.
Audacity's talking a little...
I'm recording. This is
Yay!
good. Yay! Okay. Let's get this show started, shall we? Two Girls, One Ship is live, and of course our faces aren't showing because that's just how things work around here today. Discord. There we are, V. Our viewers see your face, my face. And the wine that I very much need now that this has all been fuckered up.
I've got whiskey because I ran out of wine.
I have like 4 bottles of wine right now.
All I have is champagne that my old boss bought me when I was pregnant. And didn't drink it then. Haven't opened it, obviously, because I still have it. It was a Christmas present. I don't know if I like champagne. I'm not really big into carbonated drinks. But yeah, I need to go to I'm going to go to Sam's Club for the first time tomorrow. I'm a Costco girl myself, but they don't have that here because they have nothing here. So we're going to Sam's Club to try it. Maybe they have big ass bottles of wine and I can buy some to last me until we move out of the state. Next year. It's next year already. I can't wait.
You know what? I haven't seen you since last year.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's redonkulous.
Right?
It's been so long. I was like, wait, I have a podcast? What?
Apollo is here.
Hi, Apollo. Which is why I hardly worked on the script notes, the show notes thing. Because also for me, my part, we've already kind of done. Like, yours is the new aspect, right?
Kind of. At least now we're like truly splitting up our rating capabilities. Like,
I like it.
I do too. That we have so much to talk about. So much cool stuff is coming up, and holy crap, that connection we made on Twitter. Right?
Yeah, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, we do. Apollo, if you can let us know how we are doing audio-wise. Trying the YouTube feed, it's different. Yeah. We want to be able to reach as many people as possible, so that's why we went with YouTube and Twitch. So we'll see how it goes. But how does the audio sound? And then, of course, can you hear this playing also? There we go. V, can you try talking?
Hi, hello.
Okay, perfect. They're still on different. That was my one big thing that I was worried about. I was like, oh no, with all this stuff that I've played with, sounds... The Twitch feed isn't working. Uh-oh. Oh,
Yeah, I was like, it's not loading for me. I was trying to get it up so I could see comments, but it's not coming up.
okay.
Yeah, so this week so far, or today's episode so far, we're just dealing with it. I don't know
Art.
why. I feel like every time we're like, it's smooth sailing from here, we got everything down, and then the audio is just like, tits up. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Oof, I keep thinking I'm drinking wine, and then I'm drinking whiskey. I'm like, oh yeah, I poured a little too much for myself. I already feel it. Oh, you can't even see. It's like blurring out.
Okay. I think I fixed it.
Rubbing alcohol. I could clean with this.
Don't do
Not with
that.
whiskey. Well, I'm not going to. I just meant like that's what it tastes like. It tastes like rubbing alcohol. Like it's not that good. I'm not sure how old it is. I found it in the cupboard. My sister just texted me. Nothing happens when I try to join your live.
Hearing a lot of static. Uh-oh. Okay. If I drop it down to that, are you still hearing the static? No, why are the clips playing? That's not right. Son of a bitch.
I'm just useless right now. I don't know if anyone is even here. Is Apollo still here?
Apollo's here,
Like,
Sam is
oh,
here.
hey.
Yeah, lots of
Hi,
people are
guys.
here.
I'm just sitting here on my phone because unfortunately Genesis is the one who does all this. So I
Mhm.
am a useless sack of potatoes right now. Sack of ethanol potatoes. What do they make whiskey out of? Rye. What's rye? That's like a grain, right? Or barley. I don't know. I am not a connoisseur of anything. Chocolate? No, not really. I just don't drink that much. Oops. I started drinking again doing this podcast, actually.
Oh
Not
God.
like in a bad way, but I just meant like I was
I make you
pregnant and
drink.
breastfeeding. So like it just was so long since I drank anything after that point that I just got in the habit of
Okay.
not.
But now, oh fuck. Okay. The static is gone. Now all sound is gone. But now we can't hear either of you. And you're frozen. Video is frozen, but audio works, and video is back. Video is frozen again. Vid back. It's like a whack-a-mole. It's because every time that I click away from our Discord video, it doesn't like it, so it pauses what is on the stream. But can you hear? Because if you guys can hear, then we're good. It is whack-a-mole. Sound back? Because all right, yay! All good then?
I mean, the Twitch stream isn't working still.
The Twitch
It
stream
says
is.
we're live, but it doesn't do anything. Like it's just a black screen.
So I think this is why people normally wait in that whole, like, we'll be streaming soon. Because it says that we're live.
Yeah, but nothing shows. Like when I click on it, it's just
Yeah.
a black screen.
Hmm.
Thing happens. Thank God it's Friday.
Live notification is. We should be working.
A bunch of poop is what it is. Oops, that's Discord. Let me go to Twitch. Refresh it. It doesn't work for me. I don't know. What happened?
I don't know. I'm working on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, is it angry at us because we have the YouTube thing now?
It might be, and I'm really thinking that that's got to be a part of it. Oh, God damn it. I froze our faces again. Okay, there we go.
You just say the word. If you want me to start word vomiting, I can do it. I've got the Hamilton soundtrack in my head. I've got some Disney songs I could impromptu perform. Let me just drink a little more whiskey for that, though. I could talk about what I just did, which is nothing exciting at all. But, if I need to word vomit, just let me know. Otherwise, just be here.
All right, I turned us off, and now I have turned us back on. So now, so I basically just kind of restarted the Twitch stream.
Have you tried turning it back off and on? Or off again? Whatever.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah. Have you tried turning it off and on again? That's what they said. It's an old show now. Let's see. Click on it. Nope. I forgot that you streamed.
Mm-hmm.
It is still not working for me. I don't know about other people. Still black, still upset and angry.
Yep. Oh, wait. Oh no, that's stream.
Have you tried turning it back off and on? Or off again? Whatever.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay. So the really weird thing is that when I go back and look at what was published on Twitch, it is showing it just fine.
That's weird. Kind of defeats the purpose if we can't watch it live, though, huh?
Right.
Which, get your shit together. Get all of your shit, put it in a bag, get all of your shit, get it together.
Mm.
I love Rick and Morty, FYI.
What if I change it?
Oh.
Son of a bitch. Alright, we might just have to black screen. Alright, we might just have to we're trying,
Does audio actually work on Twitch? Because I didn't hear anything, but my audio's kind of low, so maybe I just missed it.
I can't even fucking type right now. Are you seeing the comments on Twitch popping up at all, or nothing?
No,
okay.
It says 0 viewers, like just a black screen. It says we're live, but that's it. There's like no one watching, no comments, nothing.
But YouTube is working. Maybe we should just freaking start, because we're like 15 minutes. Well, it's like 7:50.
20. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you do, I'm fine with it. Because I can't help you. I wish I could. But I am useless.
Okay. No, you're not.
Well, on this particular issue. Should we try just doing YouTube or just doing Twitch today, and then we can like mess with it afterwards or
Yeah.
test it out? Maybe.
The fact that we are up live working on YouTube and Twitch is being a dick. Let's just jump over to YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll go from there.
Twitch. I don't know why this background is like taking my hair off too.
I know. That's why I got rid of mine.
Ears. It's fine. I like the heart.
Where's my script? That'll help. Okay. All right.
Oh, I'm good. You recording on Audacity?
Should we start again?
Okay, let me stop it.
Hey, Yuri. All right.
Hey, Yuri.
Are we ready, V? 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, yay.
준비됐습니다.
I know who that is.
Korean for I'm ready.
Okay. Yay. Okay. The last little tester is if we can get this podcast started. And if you can hear the music. Nope, you can't hear the music if I don't turn the music on. That helps. Jesus Christ.
I was like, I'm not sure who's asking if I can hear it or if the audience can hear it. I know I can't hear it.
Welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Ship. Fuck my life, dude. Apollo said no music, just static. Is it picking up the wrong thing? Yep, it totally is.
My old friend, I've come to talk with you again.
Now music? That should have worked that time. Oh, good. Okay, that one worked. Okay.
I was like, what did your like program or your computer just go on a riot? There's like 2022, fuck you, Genesis. I'm not gonna work.
That's what I get for trying to be professional and shit and having all this stuff worked, and like I thought I had it all set, and then I did like a whole bunch of voice phone calls, like one-on-one Discord chats in a voice channel, and those worked. And so I'm wondering if the fact we're frozen? No, we're not. We're just not moving our faces.
Jazz hands. Did that help? Did it work? Okay.
I think so.
Yay.
The fact that I think maybe we will try if we do it in like a voice chat channel and not a one-on-one Discord phone call, because in voice chat it worked.
What's the difference? I'm illiterate.
You know, like the voice chats that we join when we talk to the Rocket Club as a whole?
Yeah.
That's different than what we are doing.
Oh. Well, we can do that next time, yeah. Maybe that'll be the difference.
Okay. Although I do want to pull up our YouTube, make sure that we're looking good on there too.
I guess I could tell my sister that we're on
Although
YouTube.
I do want to pull up our YouTube. Nope. Oh, really? My own damn YouTube is also frozen, so it's not just you. Okay. We're back. We're back. We're good. Okay. Let's start this show for realsies this time, V. No intro
Yay.
music. Let's just jump right into it. Welcome back to another episode of Two Girls, One Ship, the podcast where we review all of your favorite video game romances. I'm Genesis, the girl who is so happy to be back here with you, V. I've legit missed your face so much.
Completely agree. I'm Vervada, the girl who definitely enjoyed the 2-week staycation. I actually had free time. I did miss streaming, though, and seeing your face. And, if I'm being honest, seeing your cat, Maya. For those of you listening to the podcast audio, don't forget you can tune in live on Fridays, usually at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time, on Twitch and YouTube, both now. And you can see our faces and Maya if you're blessed. And maybe Mary.
Yeah. Maya's down at my feet right now. I made her like a little miniature bed underneath my desk, and now she loves living there. So I'm okay with that. And I love seeing Mary too. So if you're really lucky, you can see all the kitties at once. And yes, we are now restreaming on both YouTube and Twitch. Hopefully. More platforms may be added at later dates, but right now we're sticking to just the two. Today's episode is a recap and review and a bit of a format change. We will be changing how we rate romances going forward. From now on, I will be rating the physical aspects of the romance, the breakdown of the getting down, and how it was great or how I think it could have been better. And V will be rating the relationship, romantic, companionship side of it. It's basically all the emotional stuff.
You know how I love that emotional stuff. So in this episode, we will be rating all the romances we've covered so far so that no one gets left out of the new system. The romances we'll be reviewing today are Liara, Kaidan, Ashley, and Sha'ira from Mass Effect 1, and Morrigan, Zevran, Alistair, and Leliana from Dragon Age Origins. And on that note...
So here's your fucking spoiler alert.
All right. And shout out to N7, who never misses an obscure Futurama reference and who is probably jealous that I had tonkotsu ramen for dinner tonight. Alrighty, V, are we ready to talk about all of our previous lovers?
Yeah, and for the record, I'm jealous you had tonkatsu ramen too, because
it's so good.
Great.
Jace bought us new ramen bowls that are like legit bigger than my face, and I'm like, all right. But if we are truly ready...
Excellent. Then we have everything we need to open the pod.
Let's talk about sex, baby! Starting with Liara. For Mass Effect 1 scene, I gave this a 9 out of 10. Because it has a variation at the beginning. I love the added effects that are the mind meld. With the other mind melds, we don't really get to see how it can be seen as a sexual thing. Yes, the intimate eye lock, and there is something that the music does that I love. The music itself has a gasp. Like, listen to this.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity.
I love that the sound effect makes the gasp and not the voice of the actor. But that's a total tangent. Back to those Azure moments. I really loved seeing Liara being the initiator because it could have felt very I'm about to fuck my biggest fan, the person who admitted to doing background checks and extranet searches on me, and that might have felt like I was taking advantage of Liara. But the fact that she is the one who pulls you in for a kiss and approaches you pushes her character forward and out of the meek one into a fully control Asari. She starts off way too sweet and innocent for me personally, but I get it. Liara to me has the best sex scene in Mass Effect 1, but her missing nipples still bug me.
Yeah. I mean, she might have the best sex scene. I personally think that she doesn't have like the strongest romance side of it. Like we have touched on this in the episode about Liara, and the same for all the characters that follow. We've touched on their romantic relationship, but like Jen said, this is a recap so we can move into the next episodes with a fresh start. So for me in Mass Effect 1, Liara is pretty much, a fangirl of Shepard. Whether you romance her or not, it feels very much like your first love in high school or something. Like she is a bit obsessed and thinks she's in love, but she's really too young at this point for me to feel like this isn't just that, a high school romance. So I did some math earlier because I wanted to know exactly what this ratio broke out to. Asari live to be 1,000. That's their lifespan. And Liara in Mass Effect 1 is only 106, which is kind of like a baby for them. The average lifespan of a human in Mass Effect is 150. Put in that Shepard in Mass Effect 1, they are 26 or 27, depending on when their birthday is, which would put them at 18% of the way through their life, given a 150-year lifespan. Liara is only about 10% through hers, which, if we compare that to the modern average lifespan of 74 years for a human now, would put Shepard at roughly 14 years old to Liara's 8 years old, if they're the same percentage of the way through their lifespan of 74 years, which is kind of gross to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? The same percentage of life for each character would equate to a 14-year-old Shepard and an 8-year-old Liara if the lifespan is 74 years old. If they're both human, say. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, no.
Asari lives so long, and an 8-year-old is so different from a 14-year-old. It doesn't seem like that many years apart, but the level of maturity is so different. And so, I mean, I know I digress on this, but it just feels like their place at their life are two totally different places. So it just feels a little icky.
Agreed.
I still think it's really sweet. I just don't... I believe them as in love past Mass Effect 1. It doesn't feel very deep. And part of that is just narratively. They didn't explore any relationship very well in Mass Effect 1. The way they do in the second and the third games. But just the way where she's at with her life too, it just doesn't feel like a serious romance at this point. Like how many people can say like, I'm with the person I lost my virginity with? Like not many, probably. I know I can't say that, so
I can't say that, but my husband's 8 years older than me, so I can't. It's not like we were dating when I was 8 and he was 16. No, that's fucked up, and hell no. But
that's the thing is, Liara is at that age. Like she is so young. Like
she is, but she's also not.
Yeah. It just feels...
Because even if she's only at 10% of her lifespan, her mental capacity isn't at 10% of her lifespan. You know, she has reached a level of adulthood. She's an 18-year-old kid, yes.
I guess that's why I don't feel like... It's very rare. And I think if you do end up romancing Liara through all 3 games... You can say, like, we're the relationship that made it. Like, there's plenty of people who've known their spouse since middle school or high school, and they've made it. And that's really cute and awesome for you, but they're definitely not the norm. Like, that is exceptional for that to happen that way. My husband's 6 years older than me, but I kind of just joke that's because men mature a little bit slower than women. So we're, like, at the same point mentally. So... But I did meet him when I was a full adult, so I was like early 20s. Yeah. But yeah, no, I still think it's really cute. It just feels, like I said, with her fangirl stuff, we touched on this in her episode. It just feels a little bit not deep enough and not real enough at this point. I definitely changed my mind in the next games, though. Like, once Liara, no offense, but once Liara goes through some trauma, I feel like she gets some maturity that is needed, and it becomes more serious, and I like that. And I mean, I don't like trauma, but I like that they kind of, they have a deeper relationship
Mhm.
because of it also.
Oh, yeah. No, I totally agree. I definitely think that my views towards a romantic relationship with Liara change in 3 big time.
Mhm. It makes sense that she would, be good at sex though, because like Asari are very sexually free and seem to do that all the time, and it's totally, you know what I mean? Like they're very open and competent, so it makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Should we move on to someone who we made feel human?
We are important right now. Shepard, you make me feel human.
That gasp seriously gets me every single freaking time. I love it. And this one is a little bit difficult because, being completely honest, Kaiden's really fucking hot. And I appreciate my Shepard being the physical aggressor. I love it when a woman takes charge of what she wants, and once given the all clear, just goes for it. Kaiden is there for the ride, and with that voice and that body, yeah, I'd take it for a ride too. So, an 8 out of 10 because it scandalized me in a good way to see myself naked unexpectedly on the screen. But there was nothing that made it special with Kaiden's biotics. You did it for Liara, why not let Kaiden do something similar? Especially after learning that he is one of the most powerful L2 biotics out there, a blue eye flare would have gone a long way to say, heh, I'll be lifting something tonight.
Those are like the nice details that I think they got a lot better at adding into once the game, they were like, oh, it's successful, we can budget for this,
Mhm.
But I think Kaiden is cute and their romance is sweet, just like Ashley's or Liara's. But I think every Mass Effect 1 romance specifically, not talking about games 2 or 3, but every Mass Effect 1 romance is essentially a fangirl meeting their hero for the first time, like an ego boost, and by extension, the player. Shepard's getting an ego boost, and you, the player, are getting an ego boost because everyone around you is like, "Yay, Shepard, you're the best! Oh my god!" You know, and that's
Yeah.
the romances too, which I'm kind of like meh about because I think there's a place for that, and it's a video game, so we might as well feel good about ourselves while we're playing it. But I want more of a partnership, which like I said, you get them later on in the games, but right now in this first game, it feels uneven. Shepard's in charge. Everyone is your subordinate. Everyone is less accomplished than you, less experienced than you in Liara's case, So, and probably Kaiden's too, because he's led a very sheltered life up until this point, like romantically in experience. We don't know Shepard's past necessarily, but we know for sure Liara's never been with anybody before. And Kaiden, I mean,
Kaiden
aside
alludes
from
to
that
it.
one girl, yeah, he alludes to having like a crush on this girl, but they were children, and then he got kicked out of that camp because he killed a Turian.
Right, but conversations that he has with Broshep, he fesses up that he's had sex with women before. Like, I remember that was a conversation that we had. Yeah, because
in the later game.
They were talking about Kaiden wanting to flirt with Liara, and yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's kind of an imbalance of power, and in the later games, that's not so much of an issue because everyone has gone off to do their own accomplishments in kind of like a sad way, and that Shepard died for that to happen. But it makes that's why I think the relationships take on a different complexity in the later games, is because they're no longer just Shepard's shadow. Some of them more so than others, like Garrus for sure, big shadow. Kaiden, big shadow. Whoever survives Vermeer, basically, they were in the shadow, and then they come out of it and do their own thing. But back to Kaiden, I personally, like I said in his episode, not that fond of him as a romance, but I appreciate that there are a lot of people who are very fond of Kaiden. And I'm really happy that he does have more added to his story if he survives beyond Vermeer. But in Mass Effect 1, he's just a lost puppy attaching himself basically to Shepard. He needs approval and validation, like, don't we all? But he needs a lot. I mean, I get it. He's had a traumatic life. But it just feels like I was saying, it just feels uneven. Like he's put you on a pedestal. So I think if it hadn't, like Shepard hadn't died and they hadn't gone off and done their own thing, then that relationship probably wouldn't have lasted that long. If they had like hunky-dory, everything was fine, Shepard's on a pedestal, that would probably get old after a while, you know?
Oh my gosh, like my mundane moments.
Yeah.
All right, we will get to those later. But I think now it's time to sass things up a little bit.
Well, now, that's a whole new spin for on the floor and give me 20, huh?
The little giggle at the end. Okay. Objectively, this is a good scene. I love me a female initiator. Again. But again, it falls in the same category as Kaidan. Even if I had seen the Ash scene first, there's nothing special about it. There are no power plays. They don't even let her take her bun down. I mean, who the hell has sex with their hair like that? That is going to cause a sore neck and be very distracting. With two people, I expected to be, a roughness to their sex. I could be projecting here, but her sass leads me to believe that Ashley would not be as vanilla as this scene makes her seem. But I can't do her dirty. Her face is holding the right expression of seduction, and her body moves the right way in the crawl. 8 out of 10 for me. Still a good scene. Oh, and one thing that I noticed today, because I don't know if it was today. I was rewatching every scene so that way I could get another fresh view on it. They gave Ashley beauty marks, like little moles on her body. And I was like, how did I not catch that the first time? I don't know. I just thought it was interesting.
It's a nice touch.
Oh, she's got one on her hip.
I actually think Ashley's my favorite romance in the first game now after our episodes about them. Oh, also I think her kink is dirty talk, because don't you remember all those like really bad military sex puns? Those are pretty bad.
I listened to them all again today. Getting that.
They are cringy AF, but they're great. But like I said in both Kaidan and Ashley's episodes, as a military veteran myself, I'm kind of ick about fraternization, but no one cares in the Alliance military. Even though they always say, and they constantly allude to it being an issue, it literally never is an issue. They all fraternize with no second thoughts. Her romance in Mass Effect 1 is a bit shallow, though, just like they all are. And I think that their strength in the first game is that they're very sexually compatible. But the relationship isn't there yet. It gets there if she survives. Yeah, it's probably the strongest one for me, though, just because she feels less like, oh, I love you so much, Shepard. And she openly challenges Shepard. And it feels a lot more equal, which is something that I personally like in a romance. So, I mean, if you're a fan of having an unequal balance of power, or like somebody is like the clear leader and someone's a clear follower, perhaps the Yara and Kaidan romances do it for you. But for me, I do like Ashley and the fact that she is very strong and very capable and opinionated. So just it feels better. It feels equal footing to me.
Yeah, I get it. And are we done? Or should we have a quickie?
And now I must ask you to leave. I have done everything I can for you.
Like, damn, this one is quick, hot, and for the first time is very unexpected. If a paid for by deeds one shot is your thing, solid 7 out of 10. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I just wish it could be a repeat mission. Why can't I get on the list? even if I will technically be dead when the 6-month mark comes up, there could be cancellations.
I mean, yeah, there's no comment romance for me because it's not a romance. It's just sex. Just sex. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not a romance, so nothing to rate.
Okay.
You know, I mean, good on them though. Looked like they had a good time, a la Titanic.
Before we move on to Dragon Age Origins, do we want to take a little bit of a mid-break and read out the first review of the year?
Okay.
Okay.
Yay! Leave us reviews, everyone.
Yes. This one's from Teacup. Do you want to read it or?
Oh, yeah, I can read the review from Teacup. Teacup says, title, a great podcast. 5 stars. A great look at the romances in video games. This podcast is a breath of fresh air, diving into the sappy, lovey-dovey, and sometimes not suitable for work side of some of my favorite video games. This podcast has truly enchanted my experience of the games I play as I look at them from a romantic point of view. Keep up the good work. Bye, Teacup. I just smiled really big because when they use the word enchanted, I just couldn't help but think of Enchantment from Sandal, which is a character from Dragon Age.
I know that guy.
Yeah, I'm sure you've met him. Yeah. There's a whole conspiracy theory about Sandal, and great. You should look it up if you haven't.
Oh, I think I've seen bits and pieces of it actually, because he like shows up in later games and like murders a whole bunch of people.
Oh, I thought it was like he's the maker or something. Like he's an old elven guy. I can't even remember what it is. I acted like I knew what it was. I freaking don't remember, but it was I remember being like, wow, that's interesting. I like that theory. I just don't remember what it is because I have a goldfish memory. Everything is forgotten. But yeah, if I'm going to go look it up, so you should too.
Okay. What else do we need to talk about? Are we ready for the big announcement? Because I don't know when.
Sure, you can do that.
I don't know when we're going to go live with it. Are we ready to go live tonight or tomorrow, or when are we going to be ready for that?
Oh, I don't know. We did most of it already, didn't we?
Yeah, it's literally just writing words and then we're ready.
Oh, did I forget to do that?
Yes,
I think
I checked today. We forgot to do it.
Oh my god, I'm the worst. I'm so sorry. Well, I mean, I can do that. Not till later tomorrow because I have things in the first half of tomorrow, but I can do it tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Next Friday, we will have a big giant announcement that will hopefully
I'm sorry, everybody.
we will be, and next Friday, we will be fully announcing the fact that we are starting our Patreon account. We've got a lot of it built out and we are almost ready to go, but we're kind of building out the tier levels and making it perfect for you guys because we want our shipsters, shipmates, clam jammers, and all of our biggest fans out there to be able to have secret access to some secrets. And we do want to start having a monthly Patreon episode where we can get you guys on to talk about your favorite romances and relationships, people that you wish were romanceable, all of the different things. And we want to be able to include you guys with it because talking with you guys in the Discord is awesome. Talking with and just we want to be able to bring you onto the show, and Patreon is one of the best ways for us to do that. So, should we get back into it with Dragon Age Origins? Yeah? All right.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Yes. It's fine.
I'm just used to like, yep, I'm listening.
Okay. Miss Morrigan, what does it mean?
Beauty and love are fleeting and have no meaning. Survival has meaning. Power has meaning. Without those lessons, I would not be here today, as difficult as they might have been.
Without those lessons, I would not be here today. All right. 2 scenes for the price of 1. The relationship scene, to me, 8 out of 10. I don't like the stiffness of her gorgeous body, but I understand that that was a game limitation. Jiggle mechanics weren't a thing yet. I wanted more from it, of course, because it is just one of the stock romance scenes that all origin romances get, but it feels right to me. Again, I love a female initiator, and Morrigan just does it for me. The second scene. Optional second scene. The Dark Ritual is a lower score for me because I wanted it to be witchy. You call it a Dark Ritual, and there's absolutely nothing to indicate it. Give me an inkling that you aren't just asking to sleep with Alistair because you heard of how good he is. 5 out of 10. Meh.
Yeah, there needs to be like a pentacle, some herbs, candles, like
The fact that it was on a
a dark ritual
bed.
was in a bed. Yeah, I'm like, this needs to be like, there needs to be a bonfire. You need to have like be in the woods. I don't
Something.
know. A goat needs to be sacrificed.
Right?
Then
She's
you,
not even
like,
wearing like a magical pendant or anything that's supposed
I
to like
know.
something.
With all the years of history that you can pull from different pagan paths and witchcraft, and you give us a wooden bed, and she blows out a candle. She blows out a candle. Like the most opposite thing. Anyway,
We did get a
Side
BioWare
note.
body crawl.
those are always good. Yeah, I live for witch aesthetic, so I would have liked more of that. Also, I don't really like Morgan's romance just because it's kind of a shit romance. Like, she leaves at the end of the game and you never get to romance her again. Maybe in the Witch Hunt DLC, like, we just can pretend that they live happily ever after on the other side of the Illuvian. But otherwise it's over. It's kind of bad. Also, for me, I think it's just far more rewarding to befriend her rather than to romance her, because she has literally never known love in her life. And I think it's much more healing to platonically love her prior to her having a romance, especially because it's so complicated at that time. She can't stay. She has all these different things she has to do. So it's just kind of sad. I want her to have some happiness, and I think it's best if she just has a friend.
Yeah. I get it.
And like I said, we've talked about all this, but I gotta say something for my half in this recap episode. So I'm gonna repeat what I said in the episodes.
Well, and it kind of is a little bit of recapping everything that I've talked about in the episodes, but I think it's good to kind of go over everything that we went over, because we've done this for what? This is month number 3? Yeah.
2?
No, because we did all of
Well, this
November,
is
all of
month 3.
December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But okay. On to my favorite.
My only rule regarding sex is that it be done well.
Best line ever in a video game. We'll be using that clip in every episode moving forward. 10 out of 10 on everything. I would fuck Zev. My rating, my bias, my rules, I don't care. 10 out of 10. It doesn't matter that it's the same scene. Zev is hot and the possibilities are endless with him. There is a gentleness and a strength I love that there is variety between the male romance scenes and the female romance scenes. Yes, it's just body swaps, but to me that means somebody actually paid attention to the fact that sex doesn't always look the same. Switch hitters are a thing, and I thank BioWare for showing that. 10 out of 10.
I don't want to derail. I don't want to derail us too much. I don't know what a switch hitter is. But
Oh,
it's fine.
honey.
I am the vanilla baby of this show, but I will say that I too would have sex with Zevran just so he could like spice it up for me a little bit. Like explain your world to me, Zevran. But yeah, I also think he's a fantastic romance. Like, so, I mean, he's kind of like a stereotypical romance novel romance, but they call them romance novels for a reason, bro. Okay, he's fiercely loyal. He never takes another lover if your warden dies or something happens. Like, he is loyal to the end. He is so supportive because it's not just emotional needs, guys. It's physical needs, and he gives you not just great sex, but massages. I love me some massages. I will take every massage he offers me. He is literally set free by this love. He's always been a slave, essentially. Like, he was a slave. He was bought by the Antivan Crows. He was born into servitude at like the son of a whore in Antiva. And you set him free if you romance him. He gets to choose something for the first time. And it's amazing. It's great. It's great. Also, great accent. Love your accent, bro.
Oh, yes, that voice.
I mean, we talked about the whole like trope of having the Latin lover thing, and that's why they made him have a Spanish accent for the game, blah, blah, blah. I know why it exists. Shorthand for communicating things about the character. But it works. It works. Because I hear that and I'm like, ooh, he's sexy automatically.
Should we talk about other Mr. Sexy?
Yes, my personal favorite.
Well, tell me, have you ever licked a lamppost in winter?
I went with the funnier version of it because I just love it how he says it the second time. A lamppost in winter.
That'd be so cute. I can't stand it.
Oh, and that is another great scene. There's so much build up to it, and it feels important. There's weight to the decision to have a physical romance with Alistair. And by all accounts, the man learns quickly. I give it a 10 out of 10 too, because it's sweet and organic, and the music fits in swoon. Now, for the second scene, the threesome scene, so optional scene, I have to give it a lower score of 3 out of 10. 3 out of 10 for the three-way. Because the dialogue is good, but there's nothing for me to talk about. 3 points for 3 good-looking people who look to have fun.
Yeah. I will never stop loving Alistair. He was my first video game love. He is eternal. I mean, for me, what really does it for me romantically is I love vulnerable and sensitive men, and Alistair is that. He is not weak. He is not overly emotional or anything like that. He is in tune with his feelings. He's communicative. He's also highly competent and confident as well. Secretly, not so secretly, great in bed, which is awesome. The thing we talked about in his episode of how he obviously listens to what you want and adapts and learns and just gets better. It's so great. And I, like I said in his episode, obviously have a thing for gingers. My husband is ginger. Alistair is a ginger. Love him. He's funny. He's adorkable. I stan him. And Queen Cousland, if your warden is the noble human and you marry him and become Queen of Ferelden. Love that power couple. I just can't. There's no topping Alistair. Like in Dragon Age for me. I just love him so much. He's so amazing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was a complete mental derail off of one of your word choices, and I promise I will explain to your little vanilla brain
no.
later.
Okay, I am worried because I couldn't even see what word you reacted to because my other window was over your face at the time. So I didn't even see when you had the reaction. Oh no. Despite being like an adult with a child and like, existing on the internet, I still don't know a lot about a lot. I don't know how.
Okay.
I'm gullible and naive.
That's why you
Sorry.
have me.
Yeah, I know. Thank you. Seriously. The opposite in all the best ways.
Yes. Okay. Should we move on to... Actually, this one's a really good line, too. I like this one when I went back to listen to Liliana stuff.
This day, we will forge a legend of our own.
This day, we will forge a legend of our own. I want to like Liliana. I really do. But to me, it just doesn't hold the same weight. You don't have to try hard to get her to show her emotions like you do with Morgan. You have to grow your emotional connection with Alistair before he'll even want to move forward physically. Zeb tells you right from the get-go that he's interested. But with Liliana, it just falls in between all of them. 6 out of 10. Because it's not special. There's no variation between your scenes as a male warden or a female warden, and that just pisses me off all over again. But it's still a decent scene. But again, women who have sex with other women don't have sex the same way that they do with men. One frame in particular really just shows me that they didn't put any thought into what lesbians do.
They should have done some research. And as far as her romance goes, I don't want anyone to come for me. Please don't come for me because I don't hate this romance. And I don't hate Liliana, but I definitely get what you're saying about how she kind of just latches on. Like, that's her whole thing. We talked about it in her episode. She is like, she has this void of personality because of what she's been through, that she is so quick to make, in order to feel secure and safe, she's so quick to latch onto things. And I think she kind of does that with the warden as well. And it almost, because Liliana, as we know her in Origins, is not the Liliana of her past. Ivy's just a child by, cannot remember the name of the Orlesian noble lady who she was with, but
Marjolaine.
And she's not Marjolaine, the lady who raised her in Orlais before she went off with Marjolaine. Like that Liliana of her youth and the Liliana that she was as a bard with Marjolaine, and then the Liliana you meet in Origins, they're all different people. Like, she doesn't really know who she is. She is young when you meet her in Origins. And I
older
think
than Alistair, though.
She is older than baby Alistair. But she, with her fervor for things, because she latches onto things so quickly, she always kind of feels a bit fake to me. And it could be because she's so used to having a mask from living in Orlais and being a different person and being a bard, essentially. But I don't really know, like, I don't want to say, like, she gives off insane vibes, because that's like a really strong way of saying it, but you just really never know how she's actually feeling. And she gets super, super jealous if you romance her, if you ever pay any attention to anyone else. So that is kind of not preferable. You want like a stable, constant, confident person. But I do love her hopeless romantic heart. I really think that is her strength. Like, she sees the beauty in everything and is innocent and naive without being, or not naive. She's innocent and pure without being naive, I should say. She's a wide-eyed idealist, and that is a nice counterpoint to all the shit going on in Dragon Age Origins and Inquisition. When we see her again, she's a little bit tougher then, but she still has that, like, I'm here to do good thing about her, and that is really like I like that about her. But as a romance in Origins, I don't know. It's like average. 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10.
Yeah. No, I get it. Oh, don't. Shit. Okay, sorry. I just looked at my Audacity and I thought that there were issues.
Oh no.
We're good. We're good.
Good.
Good. Okay.
Ow.
So that brings us up to date. We are ready to move on. Out of Mass Effect 1, out of Dragon Age Origins. I know. And on to Mass Effect 2. I'm really excited.
We've
Really
been
excited.
waiting for this one.
Right? Okay. But as for like an overall recap for me, I would like to say that it's pretty obvious by now that I'm a Mass Effect girl. Hands down, it has hit my top 3 of all-time favorite game series. I say it like that because... fuck this. Okay. I'm a Mass Effect girl. But that being said, I think Dragon Age Origins does romance better than Mass Effect. BioWare took notes and feedbacks and made the relationships more real. Adding dialogue that can happen at any time to express affection, love it. Every time I load up my Origin playthrough, I kiss my boyfriend and then start working on the next quest. Accomplish my next task? Your desire is my every command. And I'm like, yes, please. Kisses all damn day. And at very inappropriate moments, too. Are we both naked and covered in blood? Come here and let me grab a hilarious screenshot. And then I try to end every session back at the camp so we can hit up that tent before in real life me also goes to bed. But it's details like that which make it a more complete romance than the literal one completed physical intimacy moment we get in our Mass Effect 1 romances. The interrupted kiss doesn't count. So, I'm still a Mass Effect girl, hands down. But I think Origins gives me a little bit more in the romance department.
Mm-hmm.
In Mass Effect 1 only.
Yeah. It's like I think it's clear from us, anecdotal evidence, and if you haven't listened to the episode with Heidi McDonald, you should, because we talk about this a little bit in there. But BioWare does it so well, and they're popular because that's such a big part of the games. It's not just a little like blip on the radar or not even included. And I think the reason that Dragon Age for me, because I totally agree, Dragon Age Origins I think did romance better than Mass Effect 1. To be fair, Origins came out in 2009. Mass Effect 1 came out in 2007. So like you said, they took notes, they updated it. So it's a little bit more recent. But I think like what Heidi said in our episode with her when she was like, a lot of people get frustrated because if there is a romance included after you've slept with them or after you've got them to romance you, there's nothing else to indicate that you're in a relationship with them in the game. It's like never mentioned again. And that to me, if that happens in a game, is so frustrating because I want those little moments, like you said, where you can just run up in camp, kiss Alistair whenever you want or whatever, whoever you're romancing, because it feels much more real that way. And it's just it's a much more satisfying romance because it's truly a romance. It's not just you courting somebody or trying to sleep with them, essentially. It's more than that, and that's what a romance is. Sex is fine and sex is wonderful, but if you want to call it a romance, you need to have some love and you need to have like a relationship. So I think it's really great also in Origins that you had to work for it a little bit more. It wasn't just like, all right, talk to them enough, do their loyalty mission, and then you romance them. Like, you had to pick certain dialogue options for certain outcomes to happen. You had to work harder for it. They had gifts, like you could give them gifts, which was a whole new thing, too. So, between those two games, I definitely think Origins is a stronger romance. But as much, I mean, I love Dragon Age, but I love the fact that Mass Effect has the ability to transcend games and you can have a years-long relationship with somebody.
Mhm.
That is awesome. And I can't think of another game series where that really exists. So it's a standalone for me in that regard. We'll get into who our favorite, we happen to agree on who our favorite is for Mass Effect. And I definitely think after in 2 and 3, they got real good at adding those touches in certain romances anyway, to make it feel like it continued after you've locked them in.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Lock them in is such a weird phrase, but that's the way they call it.
Well, yeah, there's the romance lock-in scene, and I still
Mhm.
think it's strange that you need to harden people in Origins. So, you know.
Yeah. Such a good pick of word. Mary, they're gonna hear you.
Oh,
My
it's
cat
okay.
is here.
Maya has been at my feet this whole time. You
Yeah,
just can't
so
see
is Mary,
her.
and he finally jumped up. Normally in my lap. Yeah, I
So-
can't wait for our next game that we start, but we still have a little bit of time before we get into Mass Effect 2.
Mm-hmm. Because next week we have another interview lined up. And this one has
Mhm.
been in the works for quite a while. We started this conversation. Actually, I can probably look really quick.
Weeks
Just
and weeks
because
ago
I
at the
want.
least.
Holy shit! Back in November, November 10th. At least that's when I started
3
the
days
conversation.
after our after our first episode came out.
Yeah. So 3 days after our first episode came out, I had a conversation with somebody really freaking awesome. It was like, love to have you on the podcast, dude. I feel like you have some stories to share, and a lot of people would be interested in them. So he is a Mass Effect Lorecast patron. He has appeared on several of those episodes, is pretty damn active in the Discord, and Mr. Pipeman of Pipeman Studios will be joining us next week to have a full-on conversation about how relationships and romances in video games can also affect the real world, and how video games can definitely affect the outside world in your real life. Along those lines. I know what we're going to be talking about, but I just can't really articulate it all that well. Thanks, wine.
Yeah, I was like, I've had too much whiskey. I don't, because I think Jen's been talking to him directly, and I am the oblivious girl on the sidelines, I guess, snuggling cats.
You remember the story that Pipeman told in his reflection?
Yeah, I figured.
That
It
is-
was about that.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
So if you
That is
don't
fair.
know what we're talking about, go back and listen to the Mass Effect Lorecast.
Or just wait till next Friday, I guess.
Or just wait.
Or
And
if you're in the future, it's already out, and just scroll up to the next episode.
that too. And Vito Veritas.
Mm-hmm. But you can find us in the same Discord as well. We have our own 2 Girls, 1 Ship Discord and the Robots Radio Rocket Club. And I'm at Vervada, obviously. Genesis is at Genesis. Also, we got Instagram, we got Twitter. 2
Mhm.
Girls, 1 Ship.
And if Discord isn't your thing, or if you're not on any social medias and you're just listening to us on Spotify, you can also reach us at 2girls1ship@gmail.com. That's totally an option. We'd love to get your stories. If you listened to our episode last week with Heidi, we talked about how I would love to see mundane moments between our favorite video game romance characters. And I brought this up on our Discord, and I wanted to share the one that Lena shared because I thought it was hilarious. She's like, now I'm wondering if Caden and Shepard would fight over how a steak has got to be served. It needs to be medium rare, oh my fucking God, I'm not having this conversation again. It needs to be medium for fuck's sake. And then I added, and you don't need hot sauce, damn it. But if you have other mundane moments that you wish you could have seen between your two favorite video game romance characters, shoot us an email. Give us a tweet. Follow us up on the Discord. Show me your stories. And we'll read them out in a future episode.
Or just send us pictures of your cats. Because I
That
would like
too.
that.
Show us your kitty.
Show us your kitties.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. And remember,
Beauty is in the eye of the controller.
yay. All right. Ta-da.
Should
Episode
I stop
over.
my recording and then you can explain to me what you laughed at?
I don't know. Maybe we should record your reaction and release it as
Oh,
a
okay.
bonus.
Okay. I feel like my entire life things have just gone over my head and then I feel some like 25% shame
Night,
and 75% humor towards me just not knowing anything.
Well, I guess the biggest question is, do you know how gay sex works between two men?
I have some idea.
Okay.
I have. Well, one of my friends has been very open about his sexual exploits.
Okay.
So I have some idea. And yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. I mean, how much detail should I know? I've never participated in that, but I am a woman.
As long as you know the physical mechanics on how things work. Good night, Apollo. Night, Yuri. There's one person
No.
who is generally the giver and one person who is the
Mhm.
receiver. Okay, so there's the person who tops and the person who bottoms.
Mhm.
There's also something known as a switch hitter because they can play either pitcher or receiver. So it's a baseball term. So being a switch hitter means that you can either bat left-handed or bat right-handed.
Oh, I've heard a different term for that. It was I can't remember what it is. I'm sleepy and I've had whiskey, but it was like a different term to describe that. Like it starts with an I. It just meant that you were fluid, like you could do whatever. But I
That-
can't remember what it is.
Might be intersex, and that's like your gender identity.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
not that. No, not that. I don't remember.
So being a switch
fine.
hitter means that you can either pitch or receive. That you are
I'm gonna
either a
Google
top
it.
or a bottom. You're gonna Google a switch hitter? Don't do that, honey.
No,
Um.
I'm not.
So
No, I'm trying to Google what the word is. 'Cause I can't remember.
okay. Now, when you were talking about Alistair, you specifically
Yeah.
said to me, nobody can top Alistair. I was like, that means Alistair's the top.
duh.
Who is his bottom?
That's fine with me. Me.
You are his bottom. Okay.
Yeah. You love him. Oh, actually that reminds me of a joke that dear Heidi sent me. One of her friends who we may be speaking to wrote some jokes for Inquisition, particularly between Iron Bull and Dorian.
Oh.
And one of them was, she typed it out for me. Let me get it. It was,
I watched
Oh,
that
there
scene
we
for the
go.
first time the other day.
here we are. So her two favorite jokes that her friend wrote was the scene, you're walking with Bull and your party in an icy area and you go underneath this huge statue of a topless woman and Bull goes, "Hey, look up, titsicles," because there's icicles hanging from her nips, which is hilarious. And then this is the good one, where so if you apparently do not romance Iron Bull or Dorian, they romance each other.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have them both in your party, they can have this conversation where Dorian complains about the fact that they broke the bed the night before. And Bull is like, did you just out us? And Dorian is like, but it was beautiful and I want to tell the world. And Bull just says, don't top from the bottom. I just thought it was funny. That's a good joke.
It is. It is. Don't top from the bottom. I mean, a power bottom is what it is about. You know what? I'm going to stop there. I'm just going to stop there.
We can shut the stream off. I can't. I hate these moments where my brain is just stupid. There is a word, because I used to be on Grindr with my friend all the time when I lived in San Diego, and they would identify top bottom, and there was this thing that would say like you could alternate, like you were open to alternating spots.
Yeah, it's a switch.
And it wasn't switch hitter. It wasn't switch. They did not use that word, and I cannot. I'm literally Googling it. I don't care, FBI man. Versatile. It wasn't an I at all.
Versatile? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry. I thought it was an I because I'm dumb. Versatile. Yeah.
No, but that also makes
sense.
sense.
I'm just sleepy. My brain is melted between everything. I thought my life would be easier when school ended, but then I started working.
Yeah. Quit your job. You'll be fine.
No, I like money.
Me too.
I want more of it. Someone send me money. I don't have any wine, and I need some. So go fund me. Set it up.
We're setting up a Patreon.
A Patreon, yeah. Top tier. Pick out V's wine.
Ooh, maybe that can be a thing.
No, I don't like white wine though, guys. So don't.
No, reds only.
Yeah, reds only.
I love that the one thing that
pale. I am pale, but I would like wine that is not pale.
I went with a bold red for tonight. I mean, it was yellowtail, but meh.
That's what I had. My palate is not developed. I am not fancy, but I only like red wine. I've only had white wine like a couple times, and I was like, "Bleh, this is gross."
I did everything every basic white girl does. Start off with your Rieslings, because they're the sweet, fruity white wine.
Mm.
Oh
no, you froze.
It's so good. Sorry, I got caught up reading Yuri's comment. I
can't. I wish I could see their comments.
Get on YouTube.
I could do that.
They've been talking this whole time.
Yeah, I know. I forgot that I have YouTube on my phone. And I just was like, well, Twitch didn't work, so I guess I won't see anyone's comments today.
It's so messed up that this didn't work, because I literally did it last week and it worked just fine.
Oh, wow. It is us, like right there.
Yeah, that is us.
I could hear this first. Oh, okay. I can see him. Yeah. I feel like despite being a basic white girl, I did not approach drinking the way a normal basic white girl does, because when I was coming of age, I never underage drank, really. I mean, like I kind of did right before I turned 21. So like I don't know if that counts. Like legally it counts.
How were you in the military and not an underage drinker?
Well, that's when I underage drank. When I joined the military. I had never dated. I had never even kissed anybody or drank anything until I joined the military, and it corrupts you, bro. Let me just say that. Not in a good way, but I will say my first drinking experience was with my friend who was, she's a couple years older than me, and she came to my barracks room and we made a charcuterie board, and she brought red wine and we watched Sex and the City. That was like my first time I ever had alcohol outside of the church, because I grew up Catholic, so drinking was a part of every Sunday. But yeah, and then the next time was I went to Korea, and I was still 20 years old, which is of age in Korea, South Korea, but not obviously I was not of age in America. Very open drinking culture in South Korea. You can be drunk on the street and it's totally fine. Like I'd be riding the subway home and you just see some man in a suit just like swaying because it's called Hoeshik, which is business meeting, but it really is just like the after work drinking time that you kind of have to do with your coworkers and your boss. You just get drunk all the time.
Mm.
And I got drunk all the time. Yeah.
Hmm.
But on soju and mekju and makgeolli, and there was this really delicious wine in Korea that was like some kind of berry. It was a berry wine. It was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do not tell my mother. But the first time that I was drunk was I was maybe 13 in a graveyard.
Gosh.
Yeah, in a graveyard with my boyfriend at like midnight.
That's so cool.
Drinking peppermint schnapps.
Oh, that's not cool.
No, it is not. Mommy, I'm sorry.
Cool. I love you were in a graveyard. Were
Oh,
you a
yeah.
Hot Topic kid?
Yes.
Me too. But I am a poser though, like 100,000,000%. I am all about the aesthetic. I'm not a real anything. Like I have witch shit in my house and everyone's like, oh my gosh, you're pagan. I'm like, no, I like crystals. That's it. Oh, cool. I mean, I wore so much Hot Topic stuff in high school and everyone's like, oh, is it Halloween? Me.
No,
And
dude.
I was like, I just like what I'm wearing now. I don't wear that anymore, but like I was such a poser. Yeah, no, I joined the military and it corrupted me. But then I also met my husband, so it's fine.
Yeah, I've just been a gamer my whole life.
That's what I was doing. I didn't do anything. I mean, I loved hanging out with my mom, but then my sister went out and would do stuff because I'm a twin, you know. She would go out and do stuff with her friends. And I can remember so many times when I was a teenager, my sister going out, my mom was working nights, so it's not like she knew she wasn't there. And I would be playing a video game and I'd freaking order like 20 boneless wings from Pizza Hut and just eat those and play video games. Yeah. By myself. And that was my teenage years. I mean, I wasn't like socially inept. I had friends and I would go out all the time, but I never did anything. I've still to this day, I've never like smoked pot even. Like not even once.
I'm
Which
in
will probably
Oregon.
change in the future.
Yeah, I was like, I'm in Oregon. That's like a weekly occurrence for me now. I don't smoke it, I eat it,
Yeah.
but same difference.
I mean, I'm interested to try something because I have no context for anything.
Mm.
My mom smokes pot all the time. Like I grew up with that, but I think because my mom's so open, like I just had no desire to try anything. I'm like, okay, well, it's not forbidden, so it's not cool.
I totally see that. It's not the forbidden fruit, so therefore you have no like, oh my god, I want to try it because I'm not supposed to. If everything is open and available to you, then it's not so forbidden and you don't feel like you need to hide it behind any closed doors. Yeah.
Yeah, although I will say my mom doesn't have any boundaries either, though. So, like, that's not healthy. She used me as her therapist, and she still does. So, like, you know, you get some good stuff and you get some bad stuff.
Okay. Should we?
Oh, yeah, we can end. I mean, this is not even related to I can't even believe anyone's. I think I'm the only one watching still. So, which makes sense because we are done with our episode.
We are done with the episode and we are done with our little chat tonight. We've been live for an hour and a half. I'm about to go get on Halo if Let's Not and Sam are still playing.
I'm about to lay down. It's 11 p.m. where I am.
And me? Are you on Halo?
Who?
Oh, Yuri. I'm trying to see if she... Miss Yuri Cat. I'm glad that you were here on the episode where we got to talk about Caden again. And we get to talk about Caden in, like, March, or no, maybe April, because I think we're doing the Vermeer Survivor as like a final wrap up episode type thing. Oh, you're still watching.
It
Okay.
depends.
Yeah.
Depends on things, I guess. I don't know. There's
We'll see.
nothing really special.
No, there's
We'll
not.
see.
Okay.
But I'll talk to you later. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Bye.
Did I stop my Audacity?
Yes.
Nope. Nope, I didn't. I just did. Just did right now.
Okay.
I'll cut it
I have now
before I
stopped too.
download it for you.
File, save project, save project. All of the saves. And
Well,
we are
next
no
week-
longer live. Mwah.
That's good. Next week we'll have we can